It's Zach Buckner. It's okay. My mom gets it wrong too. I just want to say, I know this is on all our minds, and no, I'm not Will's coworker at the gay sports bar. I've never been asked to work at a sports bar, or a gay bar, or any type of bar. I'm gonna get real. Is that cool? Is that cool? Is that cool? Is that cool? It's cool? Cool. Every morning, I think about my weight. Literally every single morning of my entire life, for as far as I can remember, there's been a thought that's gone through my brain that's about my weight or my body and how I feel towards it. And usually, it's not very good. It's not always the first thought. Let's say I got drunk the night before, I might think, did I throw up last night and lose some weight? Yeah, and it used to ravage my brain. I'm like, why don't I look like Jean-Claude Van Damme? Or Tyler Green, my buddy of 20 years, love Tyler. In 1998 edition of The Hottest Guys in Furnace Woods Elementary, Tyler was number 3. Some people thought he should be 2. I thought he should be 2. Hey, Zach, where were you on that list? Good question. I don't fucking know. Lauren Lupicello never told me. Anyways, it used to really cause me all this anxiety and this paranoia. I'm like, as I got a little older, I was like, am I the only person that thinks about this? Am I the only one that is circling and cycling on these thoughts of doubt? And I now know that that's not the case. People were thinking about this. This was something that happened. Here are some examples. I used to go to Macy's with my mom, and it used to be the same thing almost every time. We'd walk in, just walking, and the sales clerk would look at me, look at my mom, look at me, look at my mom, look at me, look at my mom, and say, don't worry, we do have a husky section. Just right away. Or I played youth soccer. Did anyone else play youth soccer? We all played youth soccer. We're Americans. It's all that we did when we were kids. And the best thing about youth soccer was that you would get jerseys. And it would be like the Thundercats and the Wildcats and the Thunderbirds and the Wildbirds and the Fancy Fucks and all of that. And you got the jersey with the name on the front, but the best thing was the number on the back. You wore that like it was your job. If you fit into the kids' sizes. Otherwise, you got a different shirt. It said coach on the back. All capitals. That's what I got. And I knew, my dad was telling me recently, he was like, yeah, I had a conversation, I remember when you were a kid. Someone was like, which one's your kid? It's like, oh, Andy, number 12. Which one's your kid? Oh, Duke, number 10. Which one's your kid? It's like, you see the coach playing defense right now? Go, Zach. Anyways, one time I forgot my jersey, and my coach said, Zach, don't worry, I've got an extra one. And this was Tyler's dad. And Tyler, at this point, by the way, 5th grade, now 2nd on the list of hottest kids in Furnace Woods Elementary. His dad's really attractive too, and he gave it to me. And I put it on, and it barely got over my stomach. Barely got over it. But I remember when this became something that wasn't that funny, but something that I was like, oh wow, people do realize this, and this is on people's minds, and wow, I have, all of my fears are true, where I was in Mr. Hayden's 8th grade science class. Anyone else have him? Anyone else have Mr. Hayden? Was in the northeast corner of Blue Mountain Middle School? Okay, no. I sat in a chair, and it broke. And then I was on the ground. And Matt DeSilva, the cruelest kid I knew, comes over, and no one's laughing. Everyone has shock and concern, and it's screaming with fear. And I'm here, and I'm dead. And Matt DeSilva leans down, he puts his hand on me, puts his hand on the chair, and he goes, it's broken. Cut to many years later. And I found someone that I could be vulnerable and honest with and show myself, and my vulnerabilities could become our vulnerabilities, and we can work together. And I met Dana, and it was great. And, she once said to me, she said, Zach, I accept you. I accept your stomach. I accept your chest hair, which I have a lot of. Who wants to see? I accept your body. And you know what happened? I crushed her to death with my stomach. No. She died in a car accident, actually, in 2011. No, she does not exist. It's really sad. I'm really lonely. So lonely, so lonely, so lonely, so lonely, so lonely.